angry old dudes. Q's even older. Let's talk about some shit. I really wish there was a fucking camera to catch every dumbass reaction you made to me saying something stupid at the top of the show.
Okay. We can talk about that after we get through this calendar.
I really, really want to start actually like holding my phone down here so I could catch you giving me shitty looks.
That's fine. Apparently, last night, somebody caught a picture of me staring off into space, and I was waiting for ketchup, and it literally went to the point of, "Hey, Q, you gonna eat your food?" And I literally, like, stared off into space and went, "Yeah, as soon as I get some fucking ketchup." And then I found out today that everyone posted that on Twitter and all kinds of random
fucking ketchup
social media. No, like, as soon as I get some fucking ketchup. So
interesting.
I get fucking camera shotted when I don't even know. I don't have Twitter, so I don't know.
You do.
I mean, I have a Twitter, but
I was gonna say, don't even fucking pretend.
I have a Twitter.
You don't have a Twitter. You left it logged in on my computer one time. And that's how I found out your real name.
I have a Twitter, and I haven't looked at it probably since the time that I left it up on your computer.
Yeah, well, that shit was incriminating.
So, let's get to the schedule. I don't even know what today is.
Today's the 7th?
Today's the 7th?
I haven't posted last week's podcast yet, so.
Okay.
So
just post both of these at the same time?
Yeah, that'll make them a couple days apart.
Okay.
I'm the worst, like, showrunner ever, by the way.
That's okay. Oh, we missed Guar today. Cool.
Gives a fuck.
I wonder how that show did. So what's the first show we have up? Tuesday? Is that the Deer Hunter show is Tuesday?
That's Sunday.
Sunday.
October 11th, Deer Hunter, Sean, and Gates at the Thompson House in Newport. 2 days after, October 13th, Coheed and Cambria, Cursive, and Thank You Scientist. Those tickets are $40 fucking. Make sure to sell one of your bodily organs. I'm considering not going now because it's too fucking expensive.
I'm considering making the drive to Toledo since I found out today while I was in Toledo that my buddy up in Toledo has just Cursive, so I wouldn't have to sit through Coheed anyways, and it would be free.
You're a real prick, you know that?
I mean, I am. And are you sure the Coheed record hasn't came out?
Quite.
Because I know I've seen 15 other people post on Facebook just today, like, the new Coheed record makes me cry. I've listened to it front to back 5 times.
Brewer was talking about how awesome it was. They probably got a pre-order.
Okay.
Or something. Or they all
Brewer was one of the kids that I saw post that.
They all got the leak. I don't know. I went looking for it on Spotify today. It's not up. Anyway, October 16th, Leaving Great Dane, etc.
At the X House in Norwood. For some reason that's hidden on my page right now. October 17th is the Speak Up Cincinnati at the 86 Club, the benefit show for A Voice for the Innocent, featuring Glass World. Allies decide if they figure out their situation.
I know, they got it sorted out.
No, that doesn't mean they're ready to play yet.
Yeah, but I just talked to Brad the other day, and they have that halfway sorted out.
Okay.
I was like, dude, the fuck? And he's like, hang on.
Dead Set, cool. Into the Skies, Technicolor Monster, Against the Horizon, Clementine, Plagues, Wave Shapes, and the Agrophobes. Tickets are $15, but it does go to a good cause.
Yeah. October 20th, Little Dicky at Brick Street. That show is most likely sold out, so I probably won't get to go to that shit either. So
I listened to that today. We'll get into that.
A little bummed. September 22nd, Leftover Crack
at the Northside Yacht Club with bands I've never heard of.
Yeah, it's a wonder they're still alive. October 24th, Sirens, The Fine Constant. My band, We Are As Ronin. 2 Seconds Too Late. And
yeah, you made the flyer, and I looked at the flyer today.
I didn't even make a flyer. That's Size. The one that's
you made the flyer.
I made one. I haven't made it live yet.
Oh, okay.
So I'm lazy.
But I mean, you should still know the other band that's on it.
They're from like Columbus.
Today's last tragedy.
Yeah, there's a lot of tragedy bands.
Including Tragedy themselves, who are fantastic.
Yeah. Let's see. October 27th. Jesse Lawson, formerly of
Sleeping with Shit and We Shouldn't Ever Listen to You Again.
And Curses. Locals include
You Versus Yesterday,
Freeport,
Cody Collins,
which is now Freeport
Collective,
Fox Collective,
and that's at Rockstar in Dayton.
We're a mess.
Dude, I'm tired.
Shut up. You're gay.
You're gayer.
Halloween. Here's to the Heroes Halloween party on Halloween this year. Lineup just came out.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. They've been posting a flyer around. Really? You didn't see that?
I've been playing disc golf and driving all day.
Yeah, but it's been up for like a day and a half.
Oh, no, I haven't seen a flyer. I know 2 Seconds to Late is playing it because they've posted a lot on Facebook about the fact that they are playing it.
Yeah.
Because they're playing the show with you guys, the Whitechapel show, and the Here's to the Heroes Halloween show. Talk about oversaturating your...
Yeah.
You're not finding the flyer?
Yeah, I'm digging it up right now.
Okay.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, here we go. Here's to the Heroes is listed. Are they a band anymore?
Corey's not in it if they're a band, so they must have somebody else singing.
Or maybe they're just a band one day a year.
Maybe.
It couldn't hurt. Reap and Sow, who's formerly Endeavor.
Which is the only reason
dude, I'm so down.
Probably be there.
Dead Set, Into the Skies, Ocean Grid, Allies Aside, 2 Seconds Too Late. Because nobody asked me if I wanted to play.
And I was asked if I wanted to play, but I didn't want whatever my form of iPod to freeze again this year.
I don't think it's going to be cold enough. It's
it
fucking
might.
70 degrees outside right now.
Yeah, but it's supposed to get cold next week.
Yeah,
we still have 3 weeks.
Any hoozle.
After that, we got November 3rd, my show, Chipped Teeth, Turncoat, By Force, Hunter's Chase, Homebound's first show at the RDK. There will probably be another band added, a new Cincinnati hardcore band featuring Luke, Travis, Austin, Zach. They don't have a name yet. They have a couple songs. They asked if they could play. If they're ready by then, they'll play. That show's $7. Starts at 8 o'clock.
Cool. November 7th, we officially lay to rest Cincinnati's Apex. It's their last show ever. That is Was
that a double pun? Did you really just do that?
What?
Billy's first band was called Laid to Rest, and this band was called Apex. You just did that subconsciously.
I had no idea. Apex, The Earth Laid Bare, Juggernaut, Dead Friends, Monarch, and just added last night Underestimate, but it has an umlaut, so it's Underestimate.
Okay. I don't know. It's in a barn. It's in Walton, Kentucky.
In a barn. Now it's in a barn. I thought it was a house show.
It's a house show. It's
in a barn.
It's the dude's
house in a barn?
house, and the barn's out back, and the barn has power, so the show is in the barn.
Gotcha. Sounds like the Rattling Bog.
Sounds like it's gonna be as the coolest thing Walton, Kentucky's seen in fucking 10 years.
All right. The next night, that is November 8th, we have Cross Me, Stone, Push Off, Iron Oath, and Bonehead.
At the RDK. That show, I believe, is $10. Yep. It starts at 8 o'clock.
I sufficiently made fun of that last time, so I'll leave it alone.
Okay.
Just added November 20th, Koji and Gray Gordon at RDK Sound Design.
I believe that show will be $10. It might be 8. We're still looking for locals, so if somebody hears this and wants to hit me up and likes Koji, plays an acoustic guitar really well, or a pop rock type band.
Story of Jonah should do a set.
I talked to Corey about that yesterday. He said Story of Jonah is not doing anything.
He could.
But he's totally back in Rootbound right now because Rootbound's using RDK caps.
That's what's up.
So if you want to support pop rock music, go support Rootbound.
I played with Rootbound before. I don't remember what they sounded like.
Rock.
Yeah, basically.
Do we have anything else?
November 21st, Cincinnati Power Fest. That is a power metal show. Our very own Automaton, close friends of theirs, Stagecoach Inferno.
And where's that at?
That's probably at the Thompson House. But I honestly couldn't
I would think
tell
that would
you.
be a backstage cafe show. But maybe not. November 28th is the Misfits. That's at the Thompson House. If you like the Misfits, go to it. I'll be staying at home.
Awesome.
And even though this is way ahead of time, since Austin just released this show the other day, at RDK on January 11th will be Knocked Loose, Purgatory, Detriment, Ill Blood, Abduction Reunion Show, and By Force. That show is $7.
Ill Blood, like a No Warning cover band?
No, Ill Blood. They're from Toledo. They're a hardcore band. But yes, clearly they take their name from the No Warning record.
That really
called Ill
pisses
Blood.
me off, by the way.
What?
When all hardcore band names are derivative of other hardcore bands.
That's the whole fucking point. It's not just hardcore bands either.
No, it's pop punk too.
Yeah, absolutely. The Story So Far is a Newfound Glory song.
All Time Low is from a Newfound Glory song.
I mean, there's plenty. Neck Deep is from a Story So Far song.
That's a fourth generation pop punk band naming themselves after another fourth generation pop punk
No, it's a
band.
fourth generation naming themselves after a third generation.
Get the fuck out of here.
Story So Far is a third generation.
How? No.
What's the fuck is your first generation then? Because your first generation is Blink-182 and Newfound Glory. So then go to your second.
I would go as far back as Green Day. They were prototypical pop punk first wave.
Okay, I guess so.
Second wave, if you really want to throw
Okay, so
Blink
second wave would be Blink-182, Newfound Glory.
Third wave would be 2003.
No, that's still Blink-182, Newfound Glory. That's still that whole wave.
Really? Because Simple Plan and All American Rejects and all that shit gets lumped in with Newfound Glory? It's kind of an insult to Newfound Glory.
Actually, I would say Simple Plan, All American Rejects, and Good Charlotte all get lumped into the we're not really pop punk, we play pop rock.
No, that was third gen. Third gen was all sceney shit.
Okay.
That was Hot Topic punk.
Okay, then yes, I guess you're right. Story So Far.
All that post pop punk easy core fucking
But Newfound Glory's easy core.
snapback
And I would still consider
basketball
4 Year
jersey.
Strong part of the third generation.
No. They showed up way too late.
4 Year Strong's first EP comes out in 2001.
That's fucking wonderful. Do you have any idea how many albums I wrote in 2001? Tons. Doesn't mean they're fucking important. They rose to prominence in 2006.
Okay.
And I didn't hear about them until 2009. And I was like, wow, this band really sucks chode. God damn it. They're like every pop punk cliche thrown in a blender and then randomly cut to hardcore breakdowns. Jesus Christ, what a load of shit.
Okay.
Pick a thing, do it. Stop switching it up. You're not Maximum the Hormone. Knock it off.
Maximum Hormone is like everything, though.
Yeah.
Easy core is just pop punk and hardcore.
Yeah, but you can't randomly switch keys and shit.
And I can't listen to you say fuck this band 4 Year Strong when you love Set Your Goals and they're basically the same fucking
They're
band.
not even close.
They both came out at the same fucking time.
But Set Your Goals is a melodic hardcore band that really just stopped yelling about stuff and started writing melodies.
And you know what? I didn't even realize till yesterday, and somebody was talking to me about it, that Set Your Goals broke up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they were on indefinite hiatus forever and
And
ever.
now,
They're officially broke up.
and now one of
years
the
ago.
singers in that band sings in chains. There's 12 bands with heavy chains, 2 chains, and he sings in chains.
Wisdom in Chains.
Wisdom in Chains.
When are they coming back? They break up too?
No, they're still a band. They played Southeast Beast when we were in Florida a couple months ago.
Wonderful.
Do you like Wisdom in Chains?
I saw them once. They're okay.
At Fogarty's? Where'd you see them at?
Park show.
Huh.
Pretty sure. Christian band, right?
No.
No.
No. Wisdom in Chains is like an old, like, 90s PA hardcore band.
Then maybe I'm thinking of a different band that has a very
Maybe.
similar awful name.
Maybe. I don't know.
'Cause that name
Anyways,
doesn't make a
that's
lick
the
of
calendar for this week.
Way to just cut me off.
I'm like, while you're talking in a second, I'll try to figure out what Christian band you're thinking of. Strength in What Remains.
Yeah. Wisdom and Chains, Strength and Remains. All
Strength
that
in What Remains is what we had at the park.
Yeah.
They're a Christian band.
All the names are the same.
Not that we've been doing Indianapolis shows, but they are playing an Indianapolis show coming up in November. That's a benefit for Team Skylar. So people should go check that out. Just look up Team Skylar. It's all the money is donated to youth cancer research.
Leukemia.
It's just youth cancer in general.
Okay.
I mean, their child has leukemia, but it's all youth cancer research because all the cancer benefits that everyone does, only like 7.6% of all money raised for cancer goes towards youth cancer.
Which is horse shit that people
completely
keep any of that money.
ridiculous. It's not even that they keep any of the money, but they're all like, hey, we raised $1 million for cancer. 967,000 of that goes to breast cancer. This little bit goes to brain cancer. Here, child cancer. You guys get, between all your different cancers, you guys can have $1,000 each.
And a like lollipop.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, quickly recap your interesting day.
My interesting day?
Yeah.
I had to go pick up a friend from Toledo, which I got paid for because I'm broke and poor and waiting on all this paperwork with dialysis. So at the same time, I also played 2.5 rounds of disc golf that I've never played before up near Toledo, which was enjoyable until the last round of disc golf, where I forgot it's cross-country season. So, like, the first was, like, in Van Buren, which is, like, in the middle of nowhere. There was nobody else in the park besides me. Second was at Bowling Green, like, almost on campus, which they had a Bowling Green, like, junior high track meet. So I was, like, ducking and dodging and diving around little 7th and 8th graders running and, like, getting in the way. And, like, it wasn't even them. It was, like, their parents, like, standing in the middle. Like, hey, your kids are, like, a mile that way. Can you move so I can, like, get through this course before they get to me? And I ended up having to sit at one hole for, like, 35 minutes. And then I went and got into Toledo and tried to play Ottawa, which is, like, a city course. And there was another cross-country meet where the parents were even less nice. By when I got up and started playing and got over to where they were, they literally said, Yo, go home.
I hope
You ain't gonna hit my kid with that frisbee.
I hope they said it just like that.
I don't sound black enough.
Okay. I was wondering what
I
you were
literally
trying to
was
do.
surrounded by 5 or 6 parents like, yo, you can't play today. Like, our kids are running cross country. It's like, I'm not gonna hit any of them. I'll wait till they're out of the way. And they're like, no, just leave. I was like, cool. And then I drove back and hit a bunch of construction.
And what did you listen to on the way?
What I listened to a lot of things. I've been trying to hold it in my mind because I've listened. I finally checked out Incendiary, which you would hate, but they're an okay hardcore band. I'm listening to Typo Negative, Poison the Well, Machine Head, Bring Me the Horizon, The Banner, and then Never Again. And then to calm down and be kind of chill for the last half of my drive here, I listened to Dashboard Confessional.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good mix of...
That's a lot of things.
Yeah. What did you do today?
I went to work, and I worked, and then I stopped working, and then I came home. Nothing eventful happened all fucking day. There wasn't a good joke. There wasn't anything. Nothing important happened at work.
I heard a really good joke the other day, like 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. What kind of clothes does Mario wear?
You mean what are his overalls made out of?
Yeah.
Yeah. God. First of all, that's an old joke. Second of all, you fucked it up so bad.
I usually do.
Jesus. All right.
Dave always tells me I'm good at writing jokes and not good at telling jokes.
That's true.
I've never heard that joke before. Literally, like, I heard it the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Heard that in, like, junior high, which means you were, like, 70.
Yeah. Well, I just never heard it.
Huh.
I mean, I can still make people laugh on the stupidest joke I think ever. Like did you hear about the fire at the circus? It was intense.
Yeah. That's terrible.
It's a horrible joke. What about the joke about the pencil? Don't worry about it. There's no point. Anyways, did you listen to anything today?
Mostly the Dude at Work's football podcasts, radio thing. But I did start to get into the new Deer Hunter because I will be seeing them in a couple of days. So far, the half that I got through was awesome. And I'll report back on that when I finish it. And then I've got anything new coming out? Like,
that Fit for an Autopsy record dropped a couple days ago. That was the tour that came through yesterday.
More on that in a minute.
No, I'm just staring at your shirt. Brandon's wearing a Deadpool shirt, which made me think of Ryan Reynolds, which made me think of last night falling asleep. I watched Blade Trinity.
Gotcha. I like the 7 Degrees. That's good. That's good shit.
That's the only thing. So I guess we can get into whatever you want to get into.
Okay, the new Parkway album. Have you heard it?
I thought you talked about it last time.
Did I?
Yeah, you said you didn't like it. You said it was okay, but you're waiting for breakdowns.
Oh, 10 tracks. Finally heard a breakdown.
Yeah.
Okay, so according to a news headline that I read and didn't open the article because it didn't need an article after the headline, this new Parkway Drive album is the best, the highest selling debut of a record of theirs.
That would make sense. They're at their height as far as popularity, like known-wise.
But it wasn't very good.
Usually that's the way it is.
God, I just...
Real quick, if we want to talk about records, because I know Mr. Pat from the Requiem always likes to suggest records that I should give second chances.
Is this a Dillinger thing?
Yeah. I listened to it. It's fucking awesome. Where have I been?
I don't get it. I don't get Dillinger.
Ironworks.
No, I don't get any of them.
Okay, have you listened to it?
I've heard random smatterings. I've seen them live, and I heard a little bit of Miss Machine. I just don't get it.
If you listen, we'll listen to it after this. You have to listen to it. You remember the Matador that just played here the other day?
Yeah.
It's that with a slight bit of tech. It's just so fucking southern. It's so fucking good.
It's so goddamn noisy.
Okay, but this record is not noisy. This is literally Maylene, He Is Legend, and that Matador band with, like, 2 solos strewn around throughout the record.
I mean, I'll give it a shot. I'll give a lot of things a shot.
Like, thank you, Pat. Like, I hated Miss Machine and I gave up on Dillinger. Like, Miss Machine is god-awful. Calculating is great to me because it's basically tech noise. But this record's great.
Yeah. More caffeine, please.
I can't have any unless I found tea and I didn't have time to stop.
Tim Commerford,
Who's that?
bassist for Rage Against the Machine,
Okay.
says
Oh, yeah. I saw the headline. I didn't read the article.
he is sorry that he helped spawn Limp Bizkit by them infusing rap and metal as they did to create Rage Against the Machine. He feels personally responsible for the existence of Limp Bizkit, and he's sorry.
Just Limp Bizkit or new metal in general?
Limp Bizkit, just Limp Bizkit.
Okay.
And by Limp Bizkit, I'm pretty sure he means Fred Durst. Because let's be perfectly fucking honest here. Who the fuck hates John Otto?
Nobody's a fantastic drummer.
Who really hates Wes Borland?
Nobody. He's a fantastic production engineer, fucking guitar player.
Yeah, he's crazy, but you don't hate him. Bass player,
Sam Rivers.
Sam Rivers. Who hates him? Fucking nobody.
He's an awesome funk bass player.
DJ Lethal.
You can't hate him because not only was he in Limp Bizkit, he was also in House of Pain.
Yeah, but to be perfectly honest, DJ Lethal is about as important as Scrappy Doo.
Dude, Scrappy Doo is the only reason to ever watch Scooby-Doo.
Shut the fuck up! You are not going to sit in my house and defend Scrappy Doo.
Scrappy Doo is the best in the cartoon. In the movie, he's fucking stupid.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
No, he was the best. He was like that annoying friend that you always wanted to punt through a field goal. I have a lot of those, so like I'm just used to it. I liked Scrappy Doo as a kid. Like, yes, growing up, like when I grew up and watched Scrappy Doo with like other kids babysitting and stuff, yes, you realize he's an annoying prick. But at the same time, like, okay, here's the thing that I liked.
He likes Scrappy Doo.
Here's the thing that I liked about.
You like Scrappy Doo.
Hang on, listen. Here's the thing. As a kid,
God.
I like variety. 1 out of every 16 episodes of Scooby-Doo, Scrappy Doo would come around. So it'd be something new, 1 every 16 episodes. The best other way that I can describe this and think about it is I used to watch the Super Mario Brothers Super Show when I was a kid. Monday through Thursday, they were Super Mario cartoons. They were okay. They were cool. It was whatever. Every Friday was a Legend of Zelda, and that's what I was stoked for because it was something fucking different.
See, I think I understand what you're trying to justify here.
Like, I don't like Scrappy. I like the fact that another character was added and he was there every now and then.
It's like in Tom and Jerry.
Don't fucking do that. Not right now. No.
What?
Don't fucking talk about Tom and Jerry. I love Tom and Jerry.
I love Tom and Jerry.
I love Tom and Jerry. You know what I watched today? When I was like stopped in Dayton before I got to Toledo? Tom and Jerry being friends, talking to each other. I'd never seen a Tom and Jerry where Tom or Jerry speak or are friends.
Okay, Tom speaks on occasion. But never directly. It's always some other voice happening and he mouths the words. But
but this was legitimately the whole...
Was it new?
I mean, it was definitely not from when we were kids. It was probably 2008, 2009-ish.
Yeah.
And they're like best friends, like helping each other, like save this girl that's like trying to run away from her aunt.
No, fuck that. Fuck all that. But in Tom and Jerry, you had other guests. You had the duck, that shithead little duck. You had fucking... Well, the dog was what? Bruno?
Bruno, yeah.
And his sons...
I don't remember his sons.
There was like Spike, at one point Spike and like Ike or some shit like that. I can't ever remember. Fucking Bruno Mouse.
Yes, that's the same reason why I like Scrappy Doo. It's because of that. Because it adds some variety. It's
but it was Scrappy fucking Doo.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, Scrappy Doo was so Scrappy Doo. Like, you could literally... If it would have gotten past code, you could have seen Scrappy Doo jump on there and be like, wait a second, I'm Scrappy fucking Doo.
Dude, I hope Fred...
And at least you could understand Scrappy more than you could understand Scooby. And how can you support Scooby-Doo, you fucking non-supporting, weed-smoking motherfucker? Scooby and fucking Shaggy were high every fucking show.
That wasn't the premise of the TV show.
Yes, it was.
No, it was a background joke.
No, they were both high every show.
The show wasn't Scooby
hey man, let's
and...
get smoke weed and eat Scooby snacks.
Who are you supposed to be? That is nobody on the Scooby-Doo cast.
Well, I can't fucking do voices. I'm not Blake.
Jesus. Okay. Fucking... You just defended Scrappy Doo.
I just defended difference and variety in life.
My God. Anyway. Let's talk about some of the recent shows.
No. Let's go into Rage. That's what we were on.
Oh, Rage and Limp Bizkit?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Tim C., you're like one of my favorite bass players on the earth. But I not only don't agree with you, but I think it's kind of... Well, first of all, it's fucking rude and in poor taste and like 15 years too late. And, man, don't be a petty shithead. Like, we get you're like a grumpy old man or whatever now, but like... Limp Bizkit wasn't that bad. I actually kind of like it. kind of like it a lot, actually.
I definitely like it 10 times more than I like Rage Against the
See,
Machine.
we're not doing that.
We're not doing that? How are we not doing that?
No, because Rage...
I don't think Rage sucks. I don't think Rage sucks. I just enjoy Limp Bizkit better than Rage. I also enjoy, Maroon 5 more than Rage.
Because Rage Against the Machine is so much more important than Limp Bizkit.
In what way? Like, just musically? Just musically.
Yeah.
Right? Just musically? Okay, that's fine. But when I pay to go to a show...
Let it go!
And he fucking has an hour to play a set, and they play 4 songs, and the rest of it is him talking, why don't you ask for an hour and a half set, play an hour set, and then talk for a half an hour?
Okay. I think he's over the line. I think he's just trying to drum up shit. Probably something he's stupid he said offhand and somebody took it way out of context.
Here's a real question. Who's the better bass player, him or Flea?
Is this a real question?
Yes.
Okay, first you like Scrappy Doo in my house, and second of all, you actually posed this question.
Red Hot Chili Peppers influenced Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against the Machine is now apologizing for influencing Limp Bizkit.
Limp Bizkit should be apologizing for Attila.
What's the kid's name? Tim? The guy that's in Rage?
Kid, he's like 50.
Whatever. He's
Tim Commerford.
The man that's in Rage Against the Machine has quoted in many interviews that I read in Guitar Worlds and Bass Worlds growing up that Flea was one of his biggest influences. Reading Sam Rivers is the bass player from Rage Against the Machine is one of his biggest influences.
Yeah.
So it's all connected, and at least Flea's not an asshole.
No, but he is not half as talented as people give him credit for. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, he's good. He can handle his shit.
Okay, let's ask an easier question. Who's a better bass player, Tim or Les Claypool?
So
they're 2 completely different things.
Yeah, that's not apples to oranges. That's apples to
bananas.
Yeah, no, they're both fruits. It's
apples to peas.
Yeah, rutabaga. Really?
Rutabaga.
All right.
I don't know.
You're strange. You know that?
Honestly, I like Limp Bizkit better than I like Rage Against the Machine.
But will you say that Rage Against the Machine has less influence than Limp Bizkit?
No.
Exactly.
If you did, I wouldn't be your friend anymore.
Shut up. You'd be my friend no matter what.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
I absolutely
would.
Anyways.
It's a stupid argument. He drummed up a bunch of shit. Whatever.
Limp Bizkit's still playing shows. Where's Rage?
Playing one a year.
Are they even playing one a year?
I can't keep track. None of them are near here, so. Anyway, let's talk about some recent shows.
Okay.
Last night, obviously, was
Fit for an Autopsy and Old Wounds. It's Fit for an Autopsy's record release tour, which is like, I don't know, a couple weeks. Fit for an Autopsy is like the original deathcore. Realistically, I can't tell you how many years they've been around, but they've been around forever. They're like deathcore that's not seeny weeny. Like, they're not a bunch of kids like playing deathcore because that's what they think is cool. They're playing deathcore because that's what they enjoy. It's a lot closer to death metal than it is to deathcore. And I mean, none of them are kids. Pat's 40 years old. Tim's 26. He used to be in The World We Knew. Pat's been in a whole bunch of other bands, like hardcore bands and stuff. And I listened to the new record with them last night, along with them playing it, and like, it's just so metal. Like, yeah, it's a deathcore record, but it's so metal.
But that was before deathcore was...
Fit for an Autopsy was deathcore before Acacia Strain was deathcore.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know. The record's good. Like, you should check it out. I mean, Obviously, if you can, buy it, but...
You mean them, not me.
Yeah, them.
Okay.
I mean, I'll make you listen to a song off of it.
Ugh.
But there are parts that even you would be like, wow, that part's rad.
Well, yeah, like that's the thing about most super technical metal. Like until the vocals come in, I'm like, it's pretty cool. Unless it's played super duper shitty. But like, it's mostly the
Actually,
death metal vocal.
The only thing about this record that I don't like is what would make you like it, and that's, to me, it's overproduced. And to you, it would be like, wow, this production is actually okay.
It really doesn't take much. Like, it's so frustrating when people want to go, oh, it's too slick. Yeah, it's recorded well. It's mixed decently. Because I'll tell you what's too slick. Like, Memphis May Fire is too slick to the point where it's not even music anymore. It's just robots fucking and Contact Synth having a blast.
The best way for me to say something is too slick, because I actually sat through and listened to that record before they played Dayton a couple months ago, is Tear Out the Heart. And then to watch them play their set where they're literally playing one note the entire time and bouncing up and down, and the rest of their song is on a track.
Yeah, fuck all that.
So that was the show last night. Were there any other shows you wanted me to talk about
What else?
coming up? Or
No, there was something else. I want to say it was at RDK.
Well, Q-Palooza was the only other.
Is it
We
the
already
last thing
talked
we
about
had
that
there?
last.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you couldn't go to Comeback Kid or whatever.
Yeah, because I had surgery.
Didn't you go to something like the next day or something to make up for it?
I went and saw Madball in Toledo
Yeah.
last Tuesday. That was okay. Turnout kind of sucked. I saw The Greenery, which is a band that we actually both like.
I really enjoy The Greenery. Because they're just like a really, really good punk band.
I kind of feel bad for those guys. Maddie and Daniel are really good friends, and Zach was too, but Zach quit 2 days before this tour. He was their drummer. They found a fill-in drummer, a fill-in bass player, and Alex, who I know you don't like the band, but Alex, he's the original guitar player in 100th. He left 100th like 4 records ago, but he was playing in The Greenery on this tour, and it was good to catch up with them and hang out and stuff. I thought they played an awesome set. Eternal Sleep also played that. They're a newer band. They're a pretty good hardcore band. Dark Fantasy opened. They were the Toledo local. I really like Dark Fantasy. They're probably one of my favorite. I mean, Toledo's not close, but to me, they're still kind of like a local band. It's literally like stoner sludge doom metal with a hardcore vocalist.
Interesting.
So it's just very like
Down tempo is what they call it now.
Dun, 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 dun.
God, it's so stupid because for so long
But there's not a breakdown on that entire record. Like, there's no break.
it couldn't get any slower.
No, it's not even. Do you listen to Corrosion and Conformity at all?
No.
Okay. I can't. Have you ever listened to Crowbar?
A couple times.
If Crowbar and Black Sabbath had a baby, is what Dark Fantasy would be.
So just Black Sabbath.
It's like just slow, fucking sludgy rock.
Gotcha. That's funny because that's cool now. Because 10 years ago, it was about how many blast beats you could fit in a song.
True.
And now it's about how slow you can play.
Well, yeah.
Like, breakdowns used to be a quick succession of, rhythmic displacement and things, and then all of a sudden it became just like, oh, the heavier breakdown is the one with no notes in it.
But I mean, that's
the heavier breakdown is the one with less.
But I mean, that's
chugs
the
in
thing,
it.
like, about Dark Fantasy is, like, there's not a song that they have that has a breakdown. It's just like, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na-na.
I've recorded Doom before. It's interesting.
Just very rock.
Yeah, I thought there was more stuff, but RDK got some new equipment.
I went to that
got lots of
Metal
shows.
Fest show the other day.
I wanted to go to that, but we got stuck here with practice and stuff.
It was okay.
Good turnout for the backstage.
Yeah. I mean, they had almost 100 people paid. It was Jake McClanahan's first show. Good kid. He sings in Days Forgotten. Yeah, I mean, it was okay. Grim State has a fill-in drummer right now for their tour, and that was his first show with them.
Why?
Brandon won't take off work for tour.
Gotcha.
So Jesse from Parallax is playing drums.
Well, that seems like a fitting replacement then.
That's why when I posted the Instagram video of them from that day, I put Parastate.
Gotcha.
Because there's now 2 members from Parallax, 2 actual Grim State members, and bath salts.
Gotcha.
But they had a really good set. Honestly, for the amount of times I've seen Juggernaut in the past couple months, they had the best set I've seen them play that day. And I realized that I actually really do enjoy Juggernaut because they're like one of the only bands that plays like that death metal hardcore type stuff without tracks at all, which makes it that much more enjoyable to watch.
It is not quite my preferred flavor.
Yes,
but they are pretty fucking good at it. Mm-hmm. Like they're tight.
10 is a really good guitar player. He's actually probably 10 times better of a guitar player than that band needs him to be.
Yeah. He just fits. He just sticks out like a boner in sweatpants, though, because he's just some metal kid, and the rest of them are like metal kids with style.
Yeah,
they're all thin and have cool haircuts, and he's just like some like old school looking like long scraggly hair, doesn't give a fuck, camo shorts kind of dude. It's funny.
Ocean Grid played. Last second, they took Allies Aside on the... This could lead into the Allies Aside 5-second conversation, but Allies Aside dropped, so Ocean Grid played. I don't know. None of those kids are going to listen to this podcast. Not to mention, I mean, half of them are my friends and half of them aren't, so I don't really give a shit. They pulled a Q-Palooza. They took 32 minutes to set up and then played a 28-minute set. When they were supposed to be set up and done, setting up in 10 minutes and play a 15-minute set.
Yeah.
Love
that.
They all really think they're important. And not even like... I don't know. Greg's been my best friend for 16 years. It's just so boring.
Yeah. So
it's not even metalcore. It's fucking.
It's the new
screamo.
It's the new post-hardcore.
Yeah.
Which is just metalcore with singing.
Yeah.
If you put whining vocals in metalcore, it's post-hardcore now. That's not fucking how it's supposed to be. That's ridiculous. But whatever. We can.
Anyways, Alice aside, do you want to talk about this since it was drama for 4 hours?
Okay, guitar player quits on Facebook, doesn't tell anybody else. Facebook blows up locally. It's not too long after.
Snot? I love that band.
Not too long after, retracts his comment, and everything's cool. I spoke to the bass player. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's worked out. It's cool. There's gonna be probably gonna be a member change." He left it real vague like that, but like I've known Billy for a while. We're not super close, but we're buddies. Nobody should break up with their band on Facebook. Obviously, dude had something heavy on his mind.
I've known Billy for a long time. We're not friends, we're acquaintances. But we have had plenty of front porch at a party, usually him being more drunk than me, conversations. And he is a very, I'm going to do this action without entirely thinking it through type person. Which
yeah, he's
I
got
deal
his
with a
old
lot
band
of those.
logo tattooed on the back of his neck.
Yeah.
That worked out.
I mean...
Impulsive.
Yeah, that's the word. Impulsive. He's very impulsive. I hope the best for him. I hope maybe he's just sick and tired of playing metal.
I don't know. It's worked out.
There are plenty of kids we know that are like that.
He's still in the band. So yeah, there are a lot of especially drummers who all of a sudden just go, I don't want to play metal anymore. I want to play Black Keys. It's boring, awful shit. I responded to a Craigslist ad looking for a drummer.
It's kind of like weird to me just because like the only other person that I can think of is like somebody pulling the opposite, where Waylon went from like jam rocky back to metal.
But he was prog metal to prog rock to jungle gent.
Okay. Is that what we're calling the Earthlight Bear?
Dude, Earthlight Bear's got this like salsa groove to it all the time. Like it's just fucking jungle gent.
Okay.
Anyway.
I
love it. It's dope.
Salsa usually is like Mexico, which doesn't have jungles.
Yeah.
So why
South America does.
Okay. Does South America...
Salsa is not Mexican.
Salsa? Oh, I thought it was Mexican.
South America's...
Salsa dancing is South American?
It like
Brazilian, maybe?
Central to South America,
okay.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily Mexican. Anyway. It's got this... kind of like...
I mean, I like it. The only song by them that I actually know is Mechanized.
Because it's on the comps and stuff.
It's on the comps, and they play it every time live. And
so I responded to a drummer on Craigslist, and he's like, I used to play in a bunch of metal bands. Here's a video of me playing metal, but I really just want to play, like, rock and roll now. And I messaged him, and I was like, hey, so maybe you can be swayed if you hear what we got going on. And he was like, hey, man, that sounds great. I'm just really not trying to play metal anymore. And I was just like, God damn it. Like, this kid's like 24 years old and he's jaded and like over metal. How does that shit keep happening? Is it because the metal scene just got so ridiculous?
I don't know.
Retired?
I think he's high if he thinks your band's metal.
Well, I didn't even split hairs. I just said, hey man, appreciate you responding, first of all, being honest and being polite about it. Good luck. Honestly, good luck. It wasn't shitty or sarcastic. Anyway, I don't know if you caught this. There was a football game. I don't remember who played. Honestly, I really don't give a shit who played. It might have been the Monday night game. I don't know. It was the Lions and...
Yeah, that was Monday night.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I listened to a podcast about it today, so we can have the full conversation if you want.
There's a guy, the Lions player...
Calvin Johnson.
Inches away from the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive player knocks the ball out of his hand.
Yep.
It rolls into the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Had he recovered possession of the ball in the end zone, it would have been a touchback.
Who?
The defensive player.
Yes.
Had they recovered it in the
end zone, if Calvin Johnson would have recovered it in the end zone, it would have been a touchdown.
It's just a fumble and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Which is perfectly cool. I've seen this shit happen all the time. If the defensive player should knock the ball out of his hand and recover it, now we have to change of possession. Cool. If he recovers it in the end zone, they automatically start at the 20-yard line. It's a touchback. This is football for anybody who doesn't know football. The trouble is, he knocks the ball out of his hand. It bounces into the end zone. He does not recover possession. He swipes it out of bounds.
Oh, I thought it was a different guy, actually.
Somebody else somehow intentionally knocks the ball out of bounds.
Yes.
Which is against the rules.
Yes.
The ref didn't call it.
Nope, because the ref didn't know it was against the rules.
Nobody calls it.
They called it as a touchback.
Yeah. And then the Lions ended up losing the game, consequently, which brings them to 0-4, which, I mean, really, you're not coming back from 0-4. The Lions
Some
suck
teams
already.
could. Detroit can't.
Yeah, no, not a fucking chance. So now, especially from a morale standpoint, you're not coming back from 0-4. Not if you're the Lions. If Peyton Manning's 0-4 with an entire team full of corpses, they'd be like, damn, I need to get my head out of my ass and win the next fucking 8 games, and he will.
Maybe. He doesn't actually look that great this year either.
No, he's not doing so great. But you get my point.
Yeah.
The Lions aren't coming back. They lost this game due to a bad call. Had it been called correctly, it would have been an automatic first down. half the distance of the goal. Would have
Should've
put them
been
at
at
like
the
the
1.
1 inch line. And
It would have put them at the 1.5 foot line.
yeah. And they would have scored.
Yep.
I'm almost certain of that. The game would have been very different. Now, here's where the story actually...
I'm not saying that they would have maybe scored because they would have at least gotten a field goal.
They got something.
Yeah.
Shit, I can make a field goal from there.
Anyway, so
That's not where the story really picks up. The story picks up where...
this morning.
The head of referee officiating just says, hey, we fucked up. Sorry. Sorry. That's it. There's like 12 fucking referees. Side judge, line judge, back judge, fucking referee, umpire, God knows.
Yeah, but
like,
none of them is who said we fucked up. Sorry.
But
It's
there's
the guy at New York.
There's like
that
11
says, "We
people on the
fucked up,
field
sorry."
that all missed this. No one said...
Well, it's... The NFL rule book is about the size of all the books you gave me to read the other day together. And they have small paragraphs. And I umpired baseball for years. And there are certain things that you skim over and you forget. And you don't remember. And you don't know. And I'm not saying that makes it right. But...
Yeah.
There was like 2 people that when they released the report this morning, there was 2 out of the main New York office of 63 that knew the correct rule for that.
Yeah. But all they could do was say sorry.
Yeah, you can't go back.
The question is, should they let him play the last 2 minutes of the game over?
No.
That's impractical. That's ridiculous. Can they call the game a tie? No, that's not fair. Should they fire the ref? Who knows?
Nah.
I mean, you didn't have to fire all of them, really. They all missed it. What do you do?
Technically, you would only fire the back line judge because he's the one that's standing there and should be making the call. What do you really do in the future? If it's something like that, where one of the coaches is yelling at you that, yo, this is against the rule, blah, 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 you fucking take a timeout. You fucking call New York. You figure out what the actual rule is. If it takes 5, 10, 15 minutes, and you get it right.
At least you didn't
we
screw
have
a team.
fucking replays that last 5, 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Either way, it's a change of possession. It should have gone. The new rule for the NFL is any score and any change of possession is automatically a replay anyways. And that's where they fucked up. They were like, oh, change of possession. Yeah, he clearly loses it before the end zone. Touchback. Instead of looking at rules or anything. And I can guarantee you, though, because of this, nobody's going to fuck up this rule for the next 10 years.
Oh, no. It's going to be a big deal.
Yeah.
It's got to get its own Wikipedia page.
Probably.
The Mark Sanchez butt fumble has its own Wikipedia page. I was not familiar with the butt fumble. My coworker pointed
I like
out
football a lot more than you do.
Well,
so
I like it plenty, but my TV's not plugged into the wall. So I've not watched television in a long time.
I'll come right down the street from your house and sit at Our Place Tavern and fucking sip 2 cranberry juices over the course of 5 hours to watch football.
Yeah, I don't have time. I got so much shit going on. I can't even watch my own team anymore because that shit sucker Michael Vick is playing.
Yeah, let's get into that. Can we lead this into that?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Brandon's team is the Schittsburg Steelers.
Oh, fuck yourself.
My
fucking
second
asshole.
team is the Cincinnati Bengals,
What's your first
who
team?
are currently playing way better than my first team this year, the San Francisco 49ers.
How did I know you were going to say the Niners? Because of your age.
Because of my age.
Because when you were a kid, the Niners were untouchable.
Yeah, Joe Montana,
For
Steve
like
Young.
15 years.
Jerry Rice is the greatest football player of all time.
I could throw a ball right now directly at the ground, and Jerry Rice would come sliding in under it and catch the motherfucker.
Probably.
Like-
He is the greatest.
The ball was nowhere near him. He wasn't exceptionally fast. He didn't have the reach that, like, Terrell Owens has. He wasn't Randy Moss. Like, he couldn't jump like 11 feet in the air.
Funny that you bring that up, though, because actually for the last 6 years at San Francisco, Jerry Rice played with T.O.
Yeah.
They're both on the Niners at the same time.
Which is funny because, like, Jerry Rice will catch anything, and T.O. can catch most things.
Because I like the Niners, do you know who my third team is? Kansas City Chiefs. Joe Montana leaves the Niners, goes to the Chiefs. Alex Smith leaves the Niners, goes to the Chiefs. usually all of our quarterbacks go to the Chiefs.
Yeah. Not Garcia.
No, he went to Tampa Bay.
Everybody hated Garcia.
It wasn't his fault. He didn't have a team around him.
And he wasn't Young or Montana.
Yeah. And I mean, like, that's like, Rodgers still has like 12 years up in Green Bay. And you had Favre and then Rodgers. I guarantee you the next quarterback after Rodgers is going to be Garcia all over again.
He's just not going to live up to it.
Yeah, there's no way. Because, I mean, if Aaron Rodgers stays on the pace he's at right now and he still has another 10, 12 years in him, he's gonna pass Brett Favre.
Yeah. There are records Brett Favre holds that no one's ever going to break. Most consecutive games played. He didn't miss a game for like 15 years.
I think it'll be broken in your lifetime.
Consecutive games played? I don't know, man.
And honestly, I have to call bullshit on a couple of those. Because that one season, the season he played the Bengals, and I actually got to see the game. It was one of his declining seasons at Green Bay where I was like, yes, I got to go see him, you know. It's the first time I get to see him before he's, like, gone. And he ended up throwing, like, 6 picks that day, and he looked like absolute shit. But the next week, he literally, to pick up a consecutive start, he played the first drive and then sat down on the bench for the rest of the game.
He started the most games ever.
Yeah.
He only missed a game.
Do you know who did it for baseball? Who started the most games ever?
Baseball, I don't care.
Cal Ripken Jr.
That's wonderful. Yeah, so I can't watch my team because I hate Michael Vick.
And I can't watch your team. Actually, I am a Bengals fan. I should hate Schittsburg a lot more than I do.
Fucking Bengals.
But
people.
I hate the Patriots a lot worse.
Dude, fuck the Patriots. Jesus Christ, they're like the Red Wings and the Yankees rolled into one.
I hate the Patriots. I hate the Red Wings. I hate the Yankees. I hate the Lakers.
Right? And fuck the Heat while we're at it. Honestly,
The what?
The Heat.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They won they won one fucking championship, 2 championships. They weren't a dynasty. That fucking big 3 fucking left.
Yeah.
After 2.5 years. They're not a fucking dynasty. If there's any other team from any of the sports that I absolutely fucking hate, I honestly hate the Cowboys. Obviously, because I'm a Niners fan.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, Schittsburg. Okay, here's the thing. When I was in high school, I was in the GCL South. Moeller, Elder, LaSalle, and St. X. And it's kind of like the way the AFC North is. And you have Cincinnati, obviously, I'm going to associate with Moeller because the home team, blah, 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 blah. Pittsburgh, you never really like them. They're St. X. You want to fucking beat the shit out of them every time you play them. But if they advance past you in, like, state and anything, they're still a GCL South team, and then you root them on. Ravens are fucking tough, dirty, and Ravens and Elder both wear purple. And it's not that way now, but when I was in high school, LaSalle always sucked, and the Cleveland Browns always suck.
Yep.
Fuck Michael Vick. Fuck Ben Roethlisberger.
Hey, fuck off.
Fuck Ben Roethlisberger 3 times over if... We won't argue it, but we'll say fuck him 3 times over if he honestly did rape those girls he settled out of court with.
My point with that, as we discussed, as everybody discussed
I know, that's
on
why I'm
Facebook,
not arguing.
It's the best way to save your image, guilty or innocent, is just settle out of court.
The best way to save you getting a guilty call on a criminal case is to convince them to change it to a civil case and give them a lot of money.
I suppose. Point is, I not that I watched a ton of football right now anyway, but I can't watch my own team. A lot of my old friends look at me shit because for a lot of years I was a Rams fan. For when I first got into football. But in 2001, it was the greatest show on turf. Holy fuck, what a perfect team. What wasn't to like? It was the most entertaining thing ever. Ever.
I don't know what we're talking about in 2000. I'm trying to remember 2001. It was a long
They
time.
lost to the fucking cocksucker Patriots.
Oh yeah, that was the year I got fired from my youth ministry job because I bet one of the kids that the Rams would win, and the kid, like, after the Patriots won that field goal, he got in my face. Like, I was 18 and he was 18, so we were both adults, but he was a senior in high school and I was a freshman in college, and he got in my face. He's like, "Ha ha, my Patriots won." I was like, "Really?" I picked him up and I locked him in the closet, and I got fired from my job.
Yeah, I understand why.
Well, I was angry. Football makes me really angry.
Anyway,
If Uncle Tom's like rooting for some team that I don't want to win and he wants them to win, and we're watching the game together, I will literally punch holes in his wall. Football makes me angry. It also makes me happy when my team wins, but it makes me very angry.
yeah.
I'm a lot angrier than a lot of people think.
Apparently, when it comes to football,
Yeah, definitely competitiveness, period.
I've actually got scars on my knuckles from after that Super Bowl. My brother had a punching bag in the basement, and I was just like, "God damn it!" I went downstairs and I just started lighting up that punching bag until my knuckles were bloody as fuck. I was so pissed off.
That game was stupid.
Fucking Vinatieri, 2 seconds left, kicking the longest field goal he's ever tried to kick and nailing it. Prick. Anyway.
At the end of the day, that's all I was trying to say. As much as I can say fuck Ben Roethlisberger, and I can say fuck Mike Tomlin, the coach, and I can even say fuck Bill Cowher, which was the coach previously, and all that, like, I would literally take any of them, and I would leave Tom Brady and Bill Belichick in a wasteland in Siberia and watch them starve to death.
Better yet, leave him there with Michael Vick.
No, I don't think that's fair. I think we should put Michael Vick somewhere there's a lot of dogs that are hungry.
Noted. On to serious topics then.
Okay.
Let's talk about moshing.
Let's do it.
Or pitting, or slam dancing, as your old
Push
ass
pitting
called.
and slam dancing. Let's just refer to it as that. I know you hate referring to it as that, but that's just the easiest
So
fucking way. It's just the
old
easiest
sounding.
fucking way. I don't like saying spin kicking and flailing your arms.
Hardcore dancing.
Okay, fine. Hardcore dancing's fine.
Yeah.
Push pitting and hardcore dancing.
Yeah.
So you can start.
Okay, so what was the Facebook thing? Names excluded. It was what? It was a
Oh, we're
sign.
excluding names?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is no point. Because
It was basically a sign, and then
my point isn't who said
Yeah,
it. It's
yeah.
about the commentary itself.
and I'm not even mad at the kid who said it because I just want to actually discuss it with him.
Fuck it. Let's get him on next time.
Okay. Actually, I talked to him about that at Guitar Center the other day.
Yeah. It was a sign at like Warped Tour or something.
It's a sign at Warped Tour, like some girl. It was a thing that happened last year in Virginia. It was it may have not even been last year. It might have been 2 years ago. But the one girl got like trampled in a mosh pit, which I'm pretty sure was a wall of death. Anyways,
Bad idea. It's just a bad idea.
a wall of death, and so now at Warped Tour and Mayhem, obviously Mayhem's not happening anymore, but in Virginia you can't mosh. Any type of mosh. And a certain person said, I should be able to go to a show without getting punched in the face or kicked in the face, or that's basically what he said. He should have also said or ran into, if he's really gonna talk shit about moshing.
Yeah. Look, I don't like crowds. I don't like crowds of people that creep me out. I've been to a lot of shows where everybody's sweaty and dudes take their shirts off and they're like rubbing their slime on my fucking arms, and I'm always just like, god damn it, would you just give me an inch? There was a thrice show I was at, and this one sweat fatty fuck
That's how I felt at Third Eye Blind.
just rubbing his shit all up on me, and I cocked my elbows out and kept them firm like that, so I'd have another 4 inches, because I couldn't breathe. And this dude was like, dude, fucking chill. And I'm like, dude, I can't fucking breathe. Your fat ass gut is compressing my diaphragm. Get away from me. You're wet. I don't like it. But
This doesn't have to do with moshing.
no, but it's about crowds. Some people don't like crowds. it's funny because a lot of musicians don't mosh. They want to see people do it. I want to see people do it. I don't do it all that often. And I broke it down very
But I have
simply.
seen you do it.
Yeah.
There's some musicians I don't, like, legitimately have never done it.
Most, I think,
Well,
that I've seen, other than hardcore kids, which are in and out of bands at random.
you want to see something scary? Watching Howard Jones mosh to Unearth.
That would fuck me up, actually.
Anyways.
So, I broke it down. There are about 4 different kinds of people in a pit.
I think there's way more than that. But you can go with your 4.
Okay, 4 mentalities, not what 4 different, like what moves people are doing and things like that. There are 4 different attitudes. Firstly, there are people who want to get the fuck out of there because a pit just popped up and they got stuck in it and they became the wall of it and they don't want to be the wall, so they duck behind some bigger dude who will happily be the wall and just keep his arm out and everything will be cool. So firstly, there are people who just want to get the fuck away. Plenty of those. They generally get out of the way. I don't know a whole lot of people who see somebody trying to get out of the pit and immediately just like hop on them or something.
No.
That doesn't really happen. People are cool.
Real quick, I'm going to hyphenate in between each one. There are the people that aren't a part of the pit, but they want to be on the fence and they want to be as close as humanly possible to the band, which
They're going to hug the barrier.
they're going to hug the barrier the whole time. That's still not a safe spot, and you shouldn't think you're safe because you're there. Because I know it doesn't happen too often, but one of the I'll get into it in a second. But just it's not a safe place. Like you shouldn't. One of the big points of what the kid on Facebook was trying to say was like, I should be able to watch a band from the front row and not worry about getting hit.
Well, it depends on what band.
Sort of.
But that's what it comes down to for me.
Mostly.
Like
Mostly, I'll agree with that.
I've been to Coheed shows. I've been to a dozen Coheed shows. You know what people do at Coheed shows? Nod their head. There's no.
I was going to talk about
show.
that, but I was going to try to wait and talk about all the shows where I probably shouldn't have been hardcore dancing, but I have.
Okay.
And one of them has been a Coheed show.
You're a dick. Anyway, so there's people trying to get the fuck out of the pit, stay the fuck out of it, want no business with it. That cool. There are people who are respectful, mindful. They just like to mosh. And then a pit happens, and they're like, all right, cool, gonna see how this goes. This seems like my kind of pit. This is music I like. Fuck it. Time to hop in there, do some damage. Great. People like fucking Black Chris. Black Chris flies up and down pits all the time. I've never seen him clock somebody in the face.
He's clocked me in the face plenty of times.
Okay, I've seen him bump into people.
Not on purpose.
No, but I've never even seen him like do a backflip and Pele somebody in the face. Like
he's done that to me while I've been playing sets.
Okay. Well, I've never seen Chris
He's done it.
like deck somebody. But that's the thing, if he did, he would immediately turn around and grab him if he knew that he popped somebody in the mouth.
Yeah.
Like if he accidentally kicks you or something and his shoe like fucking drags across your arm.
I would say that's the same category that I fall in.
Yeah. But I think you might morph it into the last category here.
Okay.
So there are people who are mindful. They don't try to hurt people. They just mosh. They mosh to all kinds of shit. They know the room they're in.
Hell yeah, let's mosh some Darius Tucker.
Rucker.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah. There are assholes. Generally with bald heads, tattoos on their faces, camo shorts.
Man, you attack tattoos on the faces so much.
Because you just immediately strike me as
there's like 2 people with tattoos on their faces in the greater Cincinnati area, and neither of them have been to a show in fucking months.
I have not seen a tattoo on a face of a person that I didn't think was a total shit stain. I've been proved wrong twice. Twice. My buddy Red, he's a tattoo artist, so it kind of makes sense. And
I don't know who he is.
They're very, very tiny little geometric symbols on his temples or something.
Okay.
But he forgets they're there. They're not a big deal. He's actually a really sharp guy. Okay. But he has the mark of a dumb fuck. Sydney. Dayton.
Albrecht, or however you pronounce her name.
Surprisingly sweet and generous person. Yeah. I would not expect that from somebody with tattoos on their face. So I've been proved wrong twice.
Okay.
Anybody else I've ever met with a tattoo
on
on
their
face?
I thought we were talking about shitty people in the pit.
No, I'm talking about shitty face tattoos in general, because you're like, why do you attack people with face tattoos? Because generally they're cock stains. Every one of them. Okay. Anyway.
I mean, I could name 1,000 more, but of people that you know, okay. Whatever.
They get in pits to hurt people. They throw fists directly at the height of people's faces. They run by and kick people. They do the side-to-side shit, and when they get to the side, they fucking throw their fists out when they get to the side. If you're going to do side-to-side, cool. Fucking cool. You turn, you bump into the people, they push you back. They've become the ropes on a wrestling ring. But there are people...
Red Rover.
Yeah. There are people, when they get to the ends, they, like, jump backwards, fists out, or that's when they fucking throw an elbow. And then that's when there gets to be a fist fight. They're just shitheads, and they just want to fight people.
I'll hyphenate this after your fourth. Actually, I'll just hyphenate all yours when you're done.
They're just pricks.
Okay.
And they think that they can do whatever they want and get away with it. And no one's going to hold them to it. Generally because they got a whole fucking crew of tattoo faces dickheads who, if you start a fight with them, even though they're wrong, all their buddies are going to hop up and beat the shit out of you. So they're allowed to do whatever they want. Basically, hardcore kids, especially straight edge kids, for the most part, just want to fucking fight everybody. It's a mess. They're dicks. They go after people's heads. It's bad. They bring blunt objects into pits. Yeah, we're going to have this talk. Like I said earlier, if you bring a blunt object into a pit with the intention of swinging it through the air to hit somebody in the face with it, you need to have your eyes pricked out with a knife. Because you are a fucking asshole.
I really hated the fact that you used blunt.
It is a blunt object.
There's plenty of not blunt objects that I've seen in pits.
Yeah, pool noodles? Fine.
No, I meant like samurai swords and fucking...
Okay, if you bring a weapon to a show, period, fuck you. You're an idiot.
We'll get into it in a sec. Finish your number 4.
I carry a pocket knife that stays in my pocket.
Yeah, you just said... Anyways, number 4.
Number 4.
I want to know what this is because you think this is me.
It's us. It's both of us. It's me and you at your age in your physical condition, where you only mosh if it's the right band, if it's the right breakdown, if it's the right time, and you just feel it. And you feel it, and it feels so good that you fucking have to. Because that's what any sort of pit activity is to me. It's not, well, that's why I go to shows, to punch people in the face. It's not, oh, that's why I go to shows, so I can show off my awesome spin kicks.
Spin kicks?
Spin kicks.
Spin kicks.
Spin kicks. It's not, oh, I go to shows to flex my fucking muscles and whatever. Or I show up in a Green Man suit and a horse mask to make a fool out of everybody in the pit. No. When I see a pit, I go, ooh, there's a pit. Congratulations. Awesome. Hope nobody gets hurt. Have fun, guys. But then sometimes, fucking Unearth plays. And then they get to the breakdown of Glorious Nightmare, and I'm just like, oh, mother of fuck. This part I'm full of something. I gotta punch the air right now. That's what I have to do. I have to get this fucking energy out of my body somehow. They seem to be having fun. Fuck it, I'm down. I'm gonna feel like shit for a week. But I got in a pit, and I fucking threw some fists around and shit because it felt good. Because I felt like I had to. Because that was the only feeling that made any sense to represent how I felt about the music that was happening. Not because it was the cool thing to do, not because I wanted to look awesome, Not because I hate my dad and I want to punch people in the face, but because it would just fucking felt good. You've been there. You're just like, fucking, I gotta kick stuff. Like, I just feel it in my body. And I know it's gonna feel like shit later. Especially you and I. So we're just so fat. But fuck, you have to. It's just like anytime somebody calls for a circle pit, I'm just like, fuck yeah, circle pits. Because I'm not going to say I came up on punk music, because that's inaccurate. But most of the shows I've been to in my life were punk shows. Because in Cincinnati, that's all we had for like 5 years. It was the only thing doing well. Just punk shows everywhere. Fucking anywhere they could pop up. Punk shows, occasionally hardcore bands jump on, whatever. Cool. For the most part, punk shows. And ska bands. Because ska bands were still a thing. Circle pits. All day. Love it. Deathcore band asked for a circle pit. Hail to the King asked for a circle pit. I'm like, fuck it, circle pit, let's do this. I'm gonna wreck this circle pit. I'm gonna feel like shit, but I love circle pits. I love it. Absolutely love it.
I used to. I get winded after one round.
Oh, I'm winded as shit, but I'll do it anyway. I'll you know the blood taste in the back of your throat? You ever get that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens every time. Love it. Don't care. I hate running. Love circle pits. Funny how that works. Anyway, it just feels good, so you have to do it.
Okay.
You don't get in pits to be cool, do you?
I am the exact opposite of everything that's cool.
Yeah, I know.
I wear whatever the fuck I want. I look however the fuck I want.
Kmart camo sweatpants.
These are Walmart. Fuck you.
Whatever. It's a ridiculous garment. They're camouflage sweatpants. They're digital camo sweatpants.
They're fucking $8. How is that ridiculous?
I'm not saying the price is ridiculous. You got what you paid for. That was a well-informed.
There and one, isn't that name brand?
That's you're white and you don't play basketball.
Sometimes.
Oh Christ. Okay.
Okay, are you ready for mine? Because mine are like 16 hyphenated points, and they're not all interjected at you.
You dress like a homeless person.
Okay, I dress. I've been told that my whole life, so I'm okay with that. Anyways,
I'm not like the consultant on high fashion or anything.
Yeah,
but you really are confusing to look at.
Actually, Tim from Fit for an Autopsy last night looked like he could be your twin if you grew your beard down to here.
I wish I could grow a
beard. And your hair down to your ass.
I wish I could do that.
But like Miranda actually thought that he looked like you.
I'll have to.
He's like, man, I thought that was Mert. And you guys are literally a month apart on birthdays too.
Like year and all?
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
He used to play in a band called The World We Knew, which was a straight edge metal band on Seventh Stagger. But anyways, my whole thoughts on this moshing. Anything that sounds like it's attacking, some of it may be attacking Brandon, some of it may be attacking some of the ignorant stuff that I shouldn't let get to me that I let get to me on the Facebook post. And I'm going to try to do this in some sort of order. First off, kids who go to Warped Tour, and that's their only show the entire year.
That's so
where they would ever see hardcore dancing. And they go, what the fuck is this? I don't see this at that Nickelback show I went to with my mom last week. Yeah. And they don't get it. And they don't understand. And they think, hey, this isn't something that should be happening at a concert. Why is this dude trying to punch me in the face? Yeah.
I don't think I look like that guy.
You'd have to see him in person.
That looks entirely more like Mikey Staley.
Yeah, well, he kind of looked like you last night. Anyways, that is annoying. On top of that, all these kids that are 19 years old and are like, I don't like this new thing, hardcore dancing, where you flail your arms around and they do spin kicks, and I don't know where it came from, but it's new and it shouldn't be happening, and I don't like it. It's not fucking new. It's been around since before I was born.
Accurate.
Minus basement shows, and I said this in the post, minus basement shows, there are plenty of places at any venue that you can watch a band and not have to worry about getting hit, period. In a push pit, in a mosh pit. In a push pit, in a hardcore dancing pit. Whatever the fuck we're calling it. You were with me at Unearth, so we'll use Unearth, the Oncoming Storm front to back record, really, or CD, whatever, you know what I'm talking about.
10-year anniversary
10-year
show.
anniversary show of the Oncoming Storm at the Thompson House. You were there with me.
Good show.
Did you saw what happened? I know we talked about it after. Did you see?
Yeah, the kid got in your ear and shit, told you to get out. You don't belong in this pit.
I mean, not even just that. Just kids that are like, I mean, this kid was a kid. He was probably 23 or 24, and this was only a year ago. So he's 30. So I was 31, and like, I'm fucking hardcore dancing. Oncoming Storms, in my opinion, the best. Obviously, we already had this argument. The best Unearth record. I love that record. Even though you don't think it's the best, you still love that record.
I like it quite a bit.
I was fucking having a good time. And I was realizing that there was kids there that had never seen hardcore dancing before. And they're trying to have a push pit over here. And that's cool. I'm letting that go. You guys have fun over here. You do what you need to do.
I've watched
Me and
shows.
Black Chris are going to be over here fucking spin kicking.
I've seen shows where there are two separate pits.
And that's fine. That's the way it fucking should be.
Yeah. It was like a Bogarts or something.
Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. If push pitting is what makes you feel alive, go push pit. But there's two things that I've seen over the years, and it does piss me off. And most of those kids stop coming to shows. I see hardcore kids be like, man, these guys are push pitting. They must be faggots. I'm going to go over there and start hardcore dancing in the middle of their push pit.
And kick one of them right in the teeth.
Mostly, we got rid of that because most of the kids that are over the age of 22 at this point all are along the same mentality. Like, these kids are over here push pitting. They're having their fun. We're over here doing what we want to do. Cool. Now you have the opposite. Now you have a push pitting kid like, why the fuck are these kids swinging at each other? I'm going to go over here and run into them and fucking teach them how to mosh correctly. And then they get hit.
Yeah.
And then they annoy people. Even you.
Yeah.
Danny's friend. Danny Dawes' friend at Rockstar that always tries to push pit into you and gets on your last nerve.
Oh, the one who
He gets on my last nerve too. I mean, I don't care about that.
And then he, from the crowd, apologizes to the band for the rest of the crowd because no one else will mosh with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Idiot.
It's and here's the easiest way to describe it, especially to the girl on that post that was just like,
I didn't read the whole thing.
Okay, well, you should, because some of it's funny.
Too much to read.
People that flail their arms and spin kick should not be allowed into shows because it's not about violence. And if it is going to be about violence, you should simply run into each other and make sure none of each other falls on the ground.
See, what's really funny is that everybody thinks that it's just like everybody trying to kill each other. The first time I actually got to see Set Your Goals, because the first time I tried to see Set Your Goals, I walked into Bogarts as they were finishing the last song of their set because my ex-girlfriend's dumb bimbo best friend made us late. And she was like, well, that band sucks anyway, who cares? Like, bitch, that's why I came down here. That's why I drove everybody to Kroger to get the tickets. That's why I drove us down here to see Set Your fucking Goals. And you're like, who cares? They suck. So fuck you, dumb whore.
Anyways.
Hate that little bitch. God, she's awful. But, so the first time I actually got to see them was 6 months later in college. It was a slightly better bill than the one I saw.
Was it the first real hardcore show you ever went to?
No.
Or closest thing to hardcore?
No,
Okay.
I'd been to some metalcore shows and stuff, but it was my first time seeing Set Your Goals, and it was my first time being in like an easy core kind of pit where
Yeah.
I was like, this is like a pop punk band that's a little angrier. I was 18. It was still new to me at the time, but so I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a pop punk pit, right? Like it's not even gonna be pushing. It's literally gonna be people just bumping into each other, running around in circles. And they did the whatever song comes before Mutiny on the record.
Okay. I know what song you're talking about, but...
And then they open the riff to Mutiny. The lights are down the whole time, and they're just like flickering. And everybody's just like, down here, it's our time. Dan, digga, 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 dan, 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 dan. Everybody's like, yeah, I'm feeling good. Pirate's life for me. Down, 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 down. Lights come on. Room goes fucking nuts. I'm on my ass. I'm on the ground. I don't know who hit me. I don't know what happened, but I was just like, yeah, pop punk, boom, dead. And I'm on the ground, and I was like, holy fucking shit, I didn't even see it. And like, you kind of instinctively just hold your hand up, and somebody like ran by, smacked me on the wrist, and just ripped me back up to my feet, and kept going. And I was like, holy shit. This is like a professional mosh pit. This dude picked me up and kept moving. I didn't even like get to thank him. But like, I got my ass kicked and got picked back up. I got picked back up by a stranger. Some other stranger put me on my ass, and a random good Samaritan of the
you don't
world.
know. Maybe the same dude did both.
Yeah, maybe. Fuck it. Who knows? Somebody picked me up off the ground. Holy shit, that was kind. I've seen so many pits where somebody gets in, has no idea what they're doing, they're outclassed, they can't keep up speed-wise, and they're gonna get fucking drilled in the face. And they try to get out, and people avoid them, whatever. People stop mid, like, swing, tuck their arms, just bump into them instead, and just kind of push them, like, hey, look, you're gonna get your ass kicked if you're just standing in the middle of this.
That's what I see more of the time than you see other stuff.
Well, hang on. I've watched pits open up and little girls run to the side because they don't want to get drilled, and like people like the crowd immediately splits in half so they can get in between them and then recombines. Like no words are spoken. I've seen people just get drilled.
MPE, mosh pit etiquette.
Yeah, I watched a guy, I'm pretty sure, take a closed fist to the back of the head, just spaghetti. Just dead on the ground, bleeding out of one of his ears. 6 dudes he didn't know, like a person on each arm and leg, and somebody else trying to hold the guy's head, and another guy to clear the path and get the door open. Dragged this guy out into the lobby, and came running back in. They didn't fucking know that guy.
Yeah.
But he was unconscious. No, they didn't have time to check on him. They left that for the people who work there outside.
Yeah, because that's the people's job.
But everybody wants to act like all moshing, all hardcore dancing, all of these activities are just inherently disgustingly violent. No. Like I said, I see 4 different kinds of people. 2 of which are not a problem. One of which is trying to get the fuck out, so they're definitely not a problem. They have no part in it. Those people generally are out of the way in the first 10 seconds. And then there's a pack of assholes. Generally, who hang out between the geographical locations of Dayton and Covington is where all these cocksuckers seem to live.
Including you.
Who the fuck me?
You live in between Dayton
I'm
and
not.
Covington.
No, I'm saying all the assholes are from there. Not everybody from there is an asshole.
Here's what I will say in regards to that. 9 out of 10 kids at real hardcore shows here in Cincinnati or in Dayton, wherever they are. 9 out of 10 real hardcore shows, or not 9 out of 10 real hardcore shows. 9 out of 10 kids at a real hardcore show are all best friends with each other. 9 times out of 10, when you're hitting somebody, you're hitting your best friend. Or a good friend, or a great friend, or somebody at least that'd be like, where it'll literally be like afterwards, like, oh man, you got me in the nuts. He'd be like, oh man, sorry, bro. And then you guys like literally walk away. Or, oh, hey, I'm literally bleeding from the face. Oh shit, who did that to you? Oh, you did. And he'd be like, oh, my bad, bro. Let me get you a paper towel. And
that's happened to me, actually.
And I mean, like, that's literally that's literally what most people see as the assholes. Like, you know when I crowd punch? When me and Austin Whaley are fucking with each other. When me and Polly Castro are fucking with each other. When me and Black Chris are fucking with each other. When me and somebody that's my friend, like, I'll fucking jump on their back. I'll fucking jump into them. If I'm out of town, I usually don't do that kind of shit. Unless it's my friends there from out of town. And, like, if there happens to be a random kid and, like, I fall on Pete, who used to be bigger, but he's still a big dude, and he falls back and lands on somebody, I'm sorry that he landed on that somebody, but you're at a show.
You're going to get bumped into.
You're going to get bumped into. You might fall down.
Somebody will pick you up. Quite certain of that.
The one thing that I was trying to explain a minute ago that makes no sense to me is, like, push pitting makes no fucking sense to me. Especially in hardcore, metalcore, and some metal.
It doesn't make sense in most genres.
Because if you actually listen to hardcore or metalcore and you have kids, and I hate using this fucking word because it makes me sound like such a fucking cock tool, but like kids that know what the fuck they're doing, if you listen to the groove of those certain parts of the song, that is where that groove is a two-step groove. It's literally making you move like that. That breakdown, that is the groove of the breakdown. That's the reason kids move like that.
Yeah.
Because
it just made sense.
Since 79, that's the fucking groove that's there. Push pitting is chaotic. Like, what the fuck? Like, oh, this is a mosh part. Oh, this is a mosh part. I mean, like, hardcore still has plenty of circle pitting. There's a fast part, you fucking circle pit.
What's funny is that I've been punched in the face more times in a push pit. People are just pushing with their hands.
I've gotten way more hurt in push pits than I've ever gotten in hardcore dancing.
Somebody misses and just palms you right in the fucking chin. Yeah, all the time.
Dude, I mean, like, and that's the thing, too. Like, if somebody's hardcore dancing, you know where they're going to hit me? In the back of the head. You know, it's the hardest part of my body? The back of my head.
The front of your head.
Really? This is harder than...
This right here, where it starts to curve,
yeah.
that and the femur are the hardest surfaces in the human body.
Well, if I get punched...
That's why
I get punched back here, it doesn't hurt.
Well, that's why a headbutt will knock somebody to the fucking conscious.
Okay.
Because this is...
like, back here doesn't really hurt.
Yeah.
Like, shit fucking happens. And it's a part of hardcore. And considering that, whatever you want to call it, for me, OG metalcore, for you, melodic metalcore, that all came from hardcore.
Yeah. See, but you're also coming from a perspective of metal bands who played on hardcore tours.
Yeah.
See, when you
the reason I listen to Machine Head is because I saw them with Life of Agony and Biohazard and Madball. The reason I like Lamb of God is because I saw them with Unearth and Every Time I Die and the Dillinger Escape Plan.
Unearth and even Dillinger are bands that straddle the line in a weird way. Because Unearth could be on tour with, I don't fucking know, a bunch of radio metal bands, and they'll be the heaviest band on the tour. They'll be the only hardcore-oriented band on the tour. But they mesh because it's metal. It's like it's more techy than most of the stuff the other people are going to play. But let's say it's Unearth, Trivium, which is another one that kind of straddles the line, but less so. They're more on the metal side.
If I watched Trivium, I wouldn't hardcore dance.
No, you can't. It's too much shit going on.
I mean, there's plenty of two-step parts, but I just
But they're more of a metal band.
Yeah.
So what happened at Unearth is people who considered Unearth a metal band were in the same room as people who considered Unearth
hardcore band.
A hardcore band.
And that's why that kid got face palmed into the ground, because
that's why
he
there was a
thought
problem.
he wanted to keep running into me, and he thought it was stupid that my feet were leaving the ground.
Yeah. And
I usually am extremely diplomatic, and we had the talk that night about it, that I put up with it for 8 songs. And 10 years ago, I wouldn't have put up with it for half of a song.
Yeah.
But nowadays, like, I try to deal, you know, like, sometimes I'll just be like, hey man, like it's just not what I do. Like if you want to go do that, have fun.
Yeah. There are certainly people who are out there to hurt people.
And there's also certainly people out there to hurt people in the push pit. But the reason that I mosh when I mosh, you were saying it's more of a, that's how I feel about that part in that song. And mine's a little different. The reason I'm out there moshing, I'm not out there to hurt anyone else, except for maybe myself. Because when I wake up the next morning, just like you, it's going to hurt.
Oh, God, so bad. We're so old.
But I do it because that's my fucking release.
Feels good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Seeing one of my favorite bands play and moshing sometimes is 10 times better than sex.
It's like White Castle and Cherry Coke together.
That sounds really gross to me.
Okay.
But I know what you're saying.
It's well, you wouldn't like to see that, but it's bacon, macaroni, and cheese.
Yeah, that's gross.
It's peanut butter and honey.
Okay, that's a good one. Oh, fuck, cramp.
God, you're old. What do you prefer, spaghetti and meatball? Like lamb and tuna fish.
Whatever. Anyways,
Big Daddy.
I'm literally.
Really?
I know.
You gonna no-sell a Big Daddy reference?
Yeah, I'm gonna no-sell a Big Daddy reference. We were last night with Old Wounds and Fit for an Autopsy. We were all doing top 3 Adam Sandler movies of all time. Gotcha. Most of them were Big Daddy. Big Daddy's not in my top 3.
Top 5.
Yes, top 5, but not top 3.
Glad we agree on that.
But anyways. But I'm out there and I'm doing that stuff because honestly, if I didn't have that release, I'm not saying I know for sure. If I didn't have that release, I might be going out killing people. Who knows? I might be walking into a bar and fucking pick a fight with somebody and break their fucking nose. Or I can go out and maybe accidentally hit my friend, and maybe my friend accidentally hits me, or maybe nothing happens and I'm just sore in the morning.
Yeah. See, I got cheap shot at one time by Gruber, who caught me on one foot from mostly my back, like the side of my back, like on the corner almost, and just plowed my ass to the ground. And that was a cheap shot. You don't just truck into somebody's back. That's shitty. So it just happened.
I mean, it's shitty. Me thinking about it, it's shitty because it's Gruber. But I'm pretty sure I've done that to you once or twice.
No, we've bumped into each other, but you've never just like knocked me on my face.
There was one time at a show at Rockstar where I literally just saw you standing there kind of headbanging. I literally ran right into the back of you and put you right into the crowd.
Yeah, okay.
Just because I was bored.
That probably
And
happened.
just because you looked bored too.
But I was super pissed because I'm pretty sure I like landed on my wrist and I sprained my wrist and it actually hurt for like 2 months. I was super pissed off. But I
remember that.
I held up my hand for him to pull me up, and he just rips me off the ground up to my feet. And as soon as I got up there, I like held my hand out to like give him a handshake, and instead I punched him right in the stomach because I was furious. And he was actually living at my house at this point, and I catch up with him the next day, and he just laughs about it.
It's because he's fat.
And I catch up with him the next day. He was like, hey, check it out. He pulls up his shirt. It's like a football-sized bruise. And I just poked it, and he was like, nothing. I'm too fat to even feel that. I was like, did you even notice I hit you? He's like, yeah, a little bit. I overreacted. But
let's get back to the topic at hand.
I think we've stated our points.
That's the reason I mosh. No, there's 2 points that I haven't stated completely.
Well, hurry the fuck up.
Okay. One real quick. Don't tell me push pitting's okay, and then try to tell me hardcore dancing not. They've both been around the same amount of time, and that's just you being a segregated asshole. I mean, if you really want to segregate the pits, that's fine. I've seen it happen. It's okay. But, like, music inspires emotion, and that's my emotion. And that's plenty of other people's emotion.
Yep.
I will somewhat agree with you that some people can be dicks in the pit.
Like swinging a baby doll around.
Hang on, we're not to objects yet.
And cracking me
We're
in the
not
head
to
with
objects yet. Objects will be the last thing we argue about. Some people will, because it is a a reaction that if you get clipped in the face and you're just standing there and you're part of that wall and you get clipped in the face, maybe you get mad and you don't know that kid and you don't give a shit about not knowing that kid and maybe you sock that kid in the face. To me, that's shitty. But I will be honest. There's been plenty of times where I've literally gotten really fucked up, like socked in the back of the head so hard, and by the time I turn around, like I turn around like I'm killing whoever's fucking behind me. I'm gonna murder this motherfucker. And by the time I turn around, I'll be like, oh shit, it's Lee. Hey Lee, you just cracked me this, whatever, the song's still going, let's go.
There was a situation at the Hat one time, which is too small of a room to
First
mosh.
hat or the second hat?
First Hat.
Okay.
Which is even smaller. I never got to go to the second one.
I never went to the second one either.
This kid is just like zooming back and forth in the front of this room. I was actually watching Arlington before I was in Arlington, which was at the time my favorite local band. It was like the movie Rockstar. I got to join my favorite local band. It was cool. So he's throwing kicks and shit, and he's the only one doing it.
To Arlington?
Yeah.
I've heard that stuff. Why is he throwing kicks to that?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, that was my, okay, so keep going.
And he gets too close to me, and so I push him just back, and he like slams into me one time, so I pushed him pretty fucking hard. As to say, like, stop coming over here. This is not the room for this. You should know that. Now people are shoving you away from them. You should take the hint. This room is not fit for that. That is a bad idea. So next time he comes through, he throws a kick right as soon as he gets at me, and he kicks me right in the dick. Nicks one of my balls, super pissed, and I didn't collapse, but I blacked out because I started chasing after him with my fist in the air, and I was just gonna crack this kid's head open, and he was tiny too. He wouldn't have made it, and the guy who had elected himself the bouncer bisects me as I'm walking across, puts his hand on my chest, and pushes me all the way to the back of the room and slams me into a wall with his finger in my face, screaming about how he's going to kill me and all this shit. And then a buddy of mine who happened to be sitting in the chair that I almost bumped into stands up behind me, puts his hand under his hand, and just points and says no. And this guy was just like, whoa, whoa, holy shit.
I remember you telling me this
The
story.
other dude's fucking massive.
Yeah.
And then we had a conversation. He's like, look, dude, you were going to kill him. I was like, yeah, because he shouldn't be doing that in here. It's too small. Like, there's too many people in here. There was no pit. It was just him. He hit me in the dick. I overreacted a little bit.
You do have a temper.
Yeah. I was also 17.
I will also say, though, that I did, the first time I ever saw At Daggers Drawn was at the Hat. And there was 27 people all hardcore dancing at the same time in that room.
That's like the whole room.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah. Anyways, so real quick, I was going to name a couple bands that I've definitely hardcore danced to that I probably shouldn't have, just so everyone can laugh about it. Definitely the breakdown and hit or miss at Newfound Glory my senior year of high school. In the lawn at Riverbend. Unwritten Law.
That's a weird one.
Just two-stepped their entire set. And actually ended up getting kicked out because I guess I clipped like the security guard's girlfriend or something, even though I was working security for that show while two-stepping.
Very efficient security guard.
That's what I mean, when I did security at the Attic, Kilby would always be like, you can pick one band you can move around to, and the rest you have to do security for. So, Taking Back Sunday, a lot.
That's a weird one.
The Used, a lot.
That makes slightly more sense.
Finch, definitely. I fucking head walked during the movie Life. Oh, that was, I guess, another one. Between people arguing that push pitting is okay and hardcore dancing is not, and people that think crowd surfing is okay, but head walking's not.
Yeah. Stop jumping off the stage.
Why?
It's a shitty idea.
No, it's not.
You're going to land on your face and die.
No, you fucking head walk. You just fucking walk on everybody's heads and then jump off and then fucking land on your feet. That's what stages are made for. They're just made for diving.
No, they're
Yes.
not.
Yes, they are.
They're made to elevate the band to the proper level. So that you
No,
can
because the band's
accurately
proper
see them.
level would be on the fucking floor.
Shut up. Shut up. That's not why stages were invented. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Stages were invented for theater,
Yeah.
not bands.
So
Because the
everybody-
orchestra was on the fucking floor. You're wrong in this situation.
What everybody wanted to see was elevated so the people from the front to the back could all see
Well, I
it.
want to see the pit. I don't care about the band.
Okay, well, you're an idiot. Point is,
I was trying to. There's some other stupid ones.
punk rock band stage dives are okay.
Why?
Because that's just people jumping off the stage.
Okay, that's just as stupid.
They don't dive, actually. They just kind of hop up on there and jump back off.
Okay, but I mean, even hardcore kids in this day and age, like 9 times out of 10, they'll go to a heavily populated. If you're at the front at a hardcore show, you know kids are going to stage dive. And you just jump off and like roll. It's not even a dive anymore. It's a fucking roll.
Oh, the Yancey roll?
Yeah.
Yeah. He just does a little somersault.
Yeah. That's all it is anymore.
Yeah.
People don't head walk like we all used to. The last time I tried to head walk during Terror at Radio Down, I got a cramp and I literally crushed a 60-pound girl. And I definitely will never do it again.
If somebody stepped on my face,
Not on your face, on your head.
they're not far from each other. I would grab their ankle and make sure they landed on their chin.
Now you're like tempting me.
This one dude at Warped Tour kept crowd surfing over and over again, and he was kicking his legs the whole time. He wasn't just like plank, solid, carry me.
I think like straight crowd surfing is stupid unless it is a punk rock show where like there's no barrier between the stage and the crowd.
Well, anyway, it's Warped Tour. This dude stage surfs like 7 times, or he crowd surfs like 7 times, and he keeps kicking. And he kicked me in the head like twice because he kept picking the same line. The next time he went through, I definitely just punched him right in the cock. And I didn't feel bad about it.
You're a fucking dick.
Stop kicking people in the head!
Just fucking, when he like fucking gets up there, just drag him straight down on the ground and don't let him fucking crowd surf.
Just don't
Just
kick your
fucking
feet.
lecture him like an old man. Get the fuck off my lawn!
Just don't kick your feet.
I mean, I agree with that, but
I didn't get him that good. The jeans caught most of it, but he definitely felt somebody whack him in the balls.
anyways,
'Cause fuck that
let's
guy.
get to the last part of this. Blunt objects, not blunt objects, extracurricular pit activities.
Rowboat, hilarious. Running Man, hilarious. Canoe, hilarious.
I didn't know there was a difference between a canoe and a rowboat.
Well, the canoe is something my buddy Corey invented, where he walks through the pit rowing an imaginary boat, and then you make, instead of like a conga line, other people get in on this snake, and they're all rowing a boat.
I mean, way back in the day, we used to
But
have
then there's the butt scoot
we had
thing.
the lawnmower, the shopping cart.
Well, those are just bad dance moves.
No, the shopping cart where you're literally like
Yeah.
in a circle, so it's like a circle pit shopping cart.
Yeah. No, that's just hilarious white people shit they do at weddings.
Oh,
I'm doing the sprinkler.
that wasn't me like moving or anything. That was just never mind.
But I get what you're saying. I understand it. You don't. Never mind. Beside
None
the
of
point.
that is what I'm talking about as far as extracurriculars. Here's what I'm saying.
Running Man, horse dance.
Extracurriculars. Me personally, because we've had this talk, soaking a t-shirt in water, throwing it in the freezer, waiting 6 hours, and then moshing with it.
Why?
Chainsaws. Not plugged in, but chainsaws.
God damn it.
Machetes, fucking padlocks, chairs, bar stools.
The only reason to take that stuff into a pit is to hurt people.
No, the only reason to take that stuff into a pit is to try to give the band the same amount of crazy that they are giving you.
By trying to hurt people.
No, because
What else are you going to do with a chair?
I mean, you could still like fucking make sure it doesn't hit anybody. It's just an extension of your goddamn arm. And since most people that do it have fucking T-Rex arms,
A blunt object. Do you understand the problem
my
with
fist is a blunt object.
But the funny thing about your fist, as hard as you ball up your fist, as hard as fucking Manny Pacquiao balls up his fist, when he hits something with his fist, the bones flex slightly, all the muscles contract, your hand takes some of the impact.
Okay, how many shows have you been to where something extracurricular has happened?
Oh, that one at the Yellow Cab where I almost had to kill somebody? That dude brought in that fucking baby doll with a hard plastic head and was just swinging it back and forth to crack
was
people in the head.
hilarious.
and he smacked me in the head with it. So
That's
I just grabbed it and
hilarious.
pulled it away from him and threw it up in
I
the
do
air.
remember that. You were very pissed. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, he almost got punched in the
Actually,
neck.
it was more funny because you were mad about it.
Well, and then half of Dayton wanted to beat everybody up who got mad about it. That's half the problem.
No, it's not.
Yes,
You
it
went
is.
to a hardcore show
Where somebody was doing something stupid.
where somebody was doing something fun.
Where somebody was doing something stupid.
Where somebody was doing something fun.
That's fun?
If
Hurting
you don't-
people's fun?
if you-
You fucking masochist?
Yeah.
You fuck you then. That's why hardcore gets a bad name. That's why I hate everybody.
Hurting your friends is fun.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
And I didn't know that guy. He wasn't my fucking friend.
Okay, then as soon as you saw him do it, why wouldn't you just back away from it?
I was trying to watch a band.
Okay, then go somewhere where you can watch a
I
band
was
and
trying
you're
to
not gonna
watch
get
a
hurt.
band in a venue where it's guaranteed that there will be no moshing. That's the Yellow Cabs rules,
That's
isn't
not
it?
true because I saw Never Again do a reunion show there and I saw Nick Reddick do a fucking flip off the ceiling.
Beside the point.
Extracurriculars.
If it was somebody's hand, if it was a shoe, fine.
I actually think that I checked that baby head after you threw it and it was definitely softer than any fist would have hit you.
Solid plastic.
Okay, it's still softer than any fist that would have hit you.
Beside the point.
No, it's funny.
Because you get so much more momentum when you swing an object.
Okay, it's still
than
funny.
you can with your body.
It's not funny that it hit you, but for everyone there that was like best friends, which was 78% of that crowd.
A bunch of pretend tough guys who think pain is funny.
I don't think there was any tough guys at that show. I think
if they act like it hurt, that makes them a pussy. The same reason hardcore kids all have guns and tattoos on their faces and pretend like they have difficult.
that's such a small percentage.
It's
Why
fucking
stop doing
everybody
small
I run into. All the fucking creatine eating fucking tough guys from Dayton, all in Norwood, and especially all the fucking
You
sellout
always
straight edge
fucking-
Covington.
Wait, did you just say sell out straight edge Covington?
Yes. Every one of those motherfuckers. Every one of them wants to beat everybody up. That scene's gone now. They all fucking left. All like 8 of those dudes fucked off. But
I don't even know who you're like quoting like
all
right
the
now.
people who wanted to jump me because I defended myself after people said my band was gay.
I don't even remember.
The whole know your place thing?
I thought you guys were both trolling each other on the internet.
No, I was trolling. They were trying to jump me.
They weren't really trying to jump you.
Really?
Or they would have tried to jump you.
Really?
You guys were all in the same area for multiple times. No matter what you want to say,
That's because I had Big Sean and
you
Gruber
are
next to me.
No, nobody's scared of either of them.
They should be.
No way. I will fucking stomp Big Sean's face in 5 seconds and Gruber's in 1. And I'll stomp Gruber's... I like Big Sean. I'll stomp Gruber's face in for fucking 48 cents.
Nice to Gruber.
He still owes me $140.
Yeah, he's working on it.
Okay. I also heard he moved to Lexington and bought a $100,000 house.
No? I talked to him yesterday. He definitely
Does he live in
house.
Lexington?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Anyways. Nobody at that show was a tough guy.
They think they're tough guys.
No. Nobody...
Then why do they want to fight everybody?
Between Cincinnati and Dayton, there are 3 kids that have their face tattoos. 3 dudes that have their face tattoo. 3 separate girls that have their face tattooed. So there's 6 people between Cincinnati and Dayton. So that's such a small percentage in the first place. I would say there's probably 4 dudes that actually take creatine. And those 4 dudes probably don't come to hardcore shows. Everybody's fucking lifting right now, including most of your friends, which I'm talking about like Nick Sapp and like everybody besides me and you is legitimately lifting at this point.
I like how working out just became lifting.
Whatever.
I love how American culture rapes
Well,
words
honestly,
like that.
if we were gonna work out, it would probably be lifting too, because we both fucking hate cardio.
Yes.
Except for circle bits.
Right.
You just overgeneralize. Like if you were actually
Because
being
I
specific-
watched this shit happen.
Watch what happened.
I watch people.
You know who the toughest guy at that show was that you were like getting so pissed off because that kid was throwing that baby doll? You know who the toughest kid was there? Drew Krieger. And Drew Krieger is the biggest pussy in the world.
Nope.
There
Because
was no...
Nate Spicer tried to jump me. before he and I actually knew who each other
Nate's
was.
not tough.
He got right in my face and was just like, "We're trying to beat up my friend." There's like 12 dudes behind him trying to jump.
I would
whoever.
put $5 on Drew Krieger over Nate Spicer. Nate Spicer's a fucking Oompa Loompa.
Doesn't matter. He's strong.
No, he's not.
He's pretty strong.
He's not strong.
Have you seen the muscles on that guy?
Yeah. I had to break up the first time I ever met Big Sean. I had to break up him beating up Big Sean. Because Big Sean was push pitting wearing a Cannibal Corpse shirt. It was the first time I ever met Big Sean and Dirk. They were at a show at Rockstar, and Nate was trying to fight him.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nate's just got a temper, just like you. Anyways, if a certain situation arises where I think a blunt object makes the show crazier and more fun, like Murder Ball back in the day.
We're not getting to our last topic, by the way.
Oh, no, we're not. I know. I for sure know. That's
save
fine.
it.
We'll get it to another. Maybe when you post both these in 2 weeks. But I don't know. It doesn't happen as much anymore as it used to.
There's so many people legitimately throwing punches. There's so many people who...
I don't see people throwing punches.
I saw people at Q-Palooza throw punches.
You saw one person throw a punch because they were like yelling at each other.
No, I didn't even see that happen.
Not in the pit.
I watched a bunch of kids from out of town. I watched a bunch of people I just didn't recognize get shitty and throw punches. And then 5 other dudes just stare at him like, you knocked that shit off. And then they did.
Okay, so what's wrong with that?
Because if he'd have landed that punch, there would have been a fucking gang war.
No gang war. It would have been fine. Chris was standing right there. People respect Chris. It's Chris's venue.
Yeah,
It'll be okay.
One guy's going to break up 12 dudes going at it.
Honestly, I could see Paulie Castro breaking up 12 dudes going at it.
Well, he broke up a fight half a second after it started.
I've seen him. Yeah, that's exactly what I was
That was great.
to talk about.
That was the funniest thing I've ever seen at a show. He put a kid in a headlock and dragged him to the back of the room to stop him from getting his ass beat. It's like the most polite,
and then everybody thought like Dave was the one that was going to beat him up.
And he was trying to stop it.
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious.
But, I don't know. What were we just talking about? I don't know. Fighting. Okay, one, extracurriculars rarely happen. Most of the time they happen... If I see an extracurricular, like a blunt object or something, okay, your baby doll incident is probably the only time, besides pool noodles.
Which is fine.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There was that time at the backyard bar where that kid with the bandana on his face, because he thought he was cool, picked up a bar stool and started swinging it around. And everybody jumped the fuck out of his way. And...
I don't remember that. I was probably sitting outside.
He, who we won't name, was like, "Hey man, you fucking get in there and take care of that." And I was like, "Whatever, queer, I got this." And I caught up with the kid later, and he pulled off his little bandana mask. He's like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" I was like, "Hey,
that's the thing, kids just
you can't swing chairs.
Yeah,
There's
not
enough
here.
room. You can't do that here." And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was just really into it." I was like, "Yeah, it's cool. Just no fucking chairs."
And I mean, hey, I'm not defending it. But I mean, like, there's plenty of times where I've done shitty, stupid stuff. I just said about the first time we booked Oceano and I had that fucking frozen-ass t-shirt that I was throwing around. There's been plenty of crazy, crazy, crazy fucking shows at the Fish Club where I literally was targeting kids that were my friends, but still targeting kids and throwing chairs at them because that's what crazy shows were back then. And
that's why the Fish Club got a bad name.
No, that's not why the Fish Club got
really?
a bad name. The Fish Club would still be around if Richie would have not owed that dude $2,000.
Yeah, well, the first and last thing I heard about Trenton in general was, "Oh, don't go there." Though that's just a big gang war going on, just everybody trying to beat each other up.
But it's not.
Fuck
it was
that.
just,
We're never.
I mean, that's
there.
because people there that came out there, that was like the first time they ever saw hardcore.
No,
or
it was just
metalcore.
the first time anybody had seen a gang act up so ridiculous.
No.
Don't even pretend ODF wasn't a gang.
It wasn't a gang. It's no more of a gang than Courage Crew or FSU or anything else.
Gang,
no,
and gang.
None of that's gangs.
All gangs.
Not gangs.
Crews are gangs.
That's like saying the 3 kids that walked by and fucking threw your pumpkin is a gang. Gang. Blah, blah, blah.
You knew it was 3? Were you watching them and you didn't stop it?
No, I'm just guessing.
If I'd have caught some little fucker sneaking into my yard...
Because that is the
pumpkin.
Wikipedia definition of a gang, is a group of 3 or more people hanging out together.
Jesus Christ. Talk about a criminal gang.
It's not criminals. Beating people up is not criminals.
Really?
Not until you get charged with felonious assault. Then you're not. Before that, you're not a criminal.
Anyways, people take it too far with the camo shorts and their fucking pre-workout. It's just it's too much sometimes.
I think
here's what we'll do.
I under-exaggerate things a little too much, and I think you
you just expect
you
people
over-exaggerate things too much.
You expect people to knock each other out.
Yeah,
because you come from ignorant,
because it's hardcore.
Gang-related bullshit.
It's not gang-related.
Do you know where that flies?
It's hardcore.
Do you know where that flies?
At hardcore shows.
Reno, Nevada.
No.
Boston.
Reno is pussy-ass
and
shit.
Cincinnati.
No. Boston, Cincinnati, Syracuse, Chicago. I hate the fact that you brought that up because Reno is the pussiest fucking city. L.A., San Francisco,
of course, they're pussies because they carry guns.
Seattle, Vegas, Tallahassee, Tampa, West Palm Beach. Any town with a hardcore scene, that is the way it is.
I disagree.
That's what hardcore is.
Then hardcore's fucking stupid.
No, it's not.
If it's just a bunch of people trying to hurt each other, it's stupid.
Just a bunch of people trying to have fun, and that's how we have fun.
Well, then y'all are retarded.
If I didn't know you and I saw you at a show, I wouldn't throw a chair at you. But I'd throw a chair at Cody Barnes standing next to you because he's my best friend.
Well, if the chair hit me...
It's no different than fucking drunk people getting drunk and yelling at each other, man, fuck this football game. Oh, I'm going to fight you now, blah.
Yeah, I think those people are stupid too.
Okay, but you are fighting, argue over...
We're good.
We all fight and argue over fucking stupid shit all the time.
Look, here's what we'll do. The next time we're both at a show, and there's a pit, we'll just watch the pit, and I will point at anybody who's taking it too far, and then you'll see what I mean.
When we get off of this, I will tell you the one person that I will completely agree with you that takes it too far every time, and I have yelled at him 3 times, and next time he will get more than yelled at. But not until we're done with this.
I have an idea who you might be talking about.
I'm sure you do.
Because I have a problem with his activities in a pit, too.
Okay.
Mostly because he swings for people's faces on purpose.
Okay.
There was the one time Cody Barnes almost knocked me out.
Was it on purpose?
No.
Okay, then who cares?
But I felt the wind of his fist, like...
Dude, Cody's hit me in the back of the head hard. I mean, like, I would rather fight Pauly Castro than Cody at this point.
Cody's just a dense little rock man.
And I mean, he's working on the railroad now, so...
He's, what was that god-awful cartoon where the, like, rhinoceros dinosaurs shot fucking rocks out of their noses?
Rhinoceros dinosaur?
Land of the Lost or some shit?
I don't know. No clue. Anyways, that's our topic on moshing. I would love to, if for anyone that listens, I would love to have this debate more and discuss. Because honestly, if you don't like the fact that we hardcore dance and you don't like the extracurriculars and all that, that's cool. It's your opinion. I'm going to have as much fun as I possibly can without going to prison.
Yeah, well, if your fun hurts me, I'm going to jack you in the jaw.
9 times out of 10, my fun does hurt you.
No?
Yeah.
We bump into each other at worst.
That one day that I almost broke your ankle during Eternal Void? You fucking cried about it for 2 weeks.
I didn't cry about
Whatever,
shit,
Michaela said, Brandon keeps crying about you bumping into him and almost breaking his ankle.
It's because you stepped on my ankle and it bent at a 90. That sucks. I was in pain for a couple of weeks.
And I mean, I didn't even do that on purpose. I was just having fun.
Yeah, no, that's why I didn't punch you in the neck over
okay.
it.
If you would have punched me in the neck, I would have punched you back. And then we would have both walked away, and probably you would have punched Toothless Kid, and I would have accidentally kicked Black Chris in the face.
No, see, if you would have looked at me, took a sidestep, and stomped on my ankle, I'd have broken your nose.
Well, why the fuck would I do that?
But people do shit like that in pits all the time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I watch it.
Okay. Not ankles. Nobody's going for anybody's ankles. What's the point of going for somebody's ankle?
To hurt them. Because apparently that's what hardcore's about.
No.
According to you, that's what hardcore is.
Hardcore's about hurting your friends in a controlled manner.
No, it's about fucking aggressive music that stems from frustration of being misunderstood and other subculture points. It's not about violence. That's why people say hardcore's all about violence. Because people like you go, well, it's kind of about violence.
Kind of about violence.
It's fucking not. None of it should be about violence.
I mean, it's about you being violent with yourself and you accidentally hitting a friend or somebody.
Accidentally is not throwing a chair. You don't accidentally throw a chair. You just said you would throw a chair at one of your friends.
Okay, but this was also 10 years ago. I used to fucking walk up to people and be like, hey, you're a fucking piece of shit, fight me right now. 10 years ago.
Oh, you were an asshole.
That was 10 years ago. I mean, I'm still an asshole. I'm just a different type of asshole. Before, I was a fucking temperamental little fucking prick. And now I'm just like, hey, let's just talk about it and debate and discuss. And I promise I won't fight you when you disagree with me.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Angry old dudes.
Angry old dudes. Ba-dum-bum.
That's our new song.
Ba-dum-bum.
Angry old dudes. Ba-da-ba.
Denim, denim, denim.
And you come back to the shitty punchline. Cool. That's probably a good place to stop. I gotta go to bed. So
Okay, that's cool. There's no real shows in the next week anyways. Deer Hunter, Coheed, which you're not going to because it's too expensive.
Dude, it's so expensive.
Speak Up Cincinnati is a week from Saturday. I don't know when this will be out.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's 2 weeks from Saturday.
That's the 17th.
Yeah, so 2 weeks from...
It's a week from this Saturday.
Okay. I don't know what date it is. Not working is killing me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll see you next time.
We go see shit, but we'll talk.
Oh, yeah,
and you'll
we'll talk
listen.
next time.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Scrappy-Doo, forever.
Fuck Scrappy Doo.